Are you gonna eat it? Eleanor, habaneros are really hot though.
I'm gonna eat it.
Look, I may be a terrible parent for this, but if you want to eat it, give it a try. Y'all, I'm kind of ashamed to show it, but once I got most of my watermelons and all the cucumbers and squash out, I just kind of let the garden go. We did get some tomatoes, but for the most part, yeah, it just got away from me. But as I'm looking out here today, I'm seeing we've still got a bunch of peppers out there that aren't going to go to waste as long as we get in there and pick them. So I think I'm going to do some garden cleanup and get things ready to start our fall garden.
I don't cry when it rains no more, or I get dirt on my shoes. I don't mind climbing 8 more floors, 'cause these stairs are all heading to you. I don't wait for tomorrow's sunshine when I feel it today. And when it's cold in the dead of winter, remember that snow melts away. One more cold drink, one more roll, one more dance for the doors get closed. Please remember, enjoy the show. Let's get happy before we get old.
All right, the dust is settling out here from riding around with the lawnmower and cutting down the weeds around these peppers. As you can see, I've still got a good bit of work to do clearing out the edges of the garden here before I come in here with the tractor and till again to get ready for the fall garden. But today, this evening, I really just wanted to make sure that we could pick these peppers so that they don't go to waste. So I went ahead and cleared out everything around them so that we can come through. And now I'm gonna go ask Eleanor and Jacqueline if they wanna come help me. Maybe at least one of them will come pick the peppers with me. Let's go check and see.
We don't need plans or a fancy agenda. Well, let's just see where it goes. We got no care for the way people stare at the dust and the dirt on our clothes. Hey, my friend, we'll never say remember when, if we keep on making memories where we stand, where we stand.
I found a helper. Eleanor, she said that she would come and help me pick some peppers before her and her mama go out in the little pedal boat that we just got on the pond. We are about to pick these peppers, and Eleanor has this really cool tool.
And it's actually just this.
An apron.
It's just a large size apron they tied on me.
So when Eleanor picks peppers, she's going to pick them and put them in this pouch right here.
And Daddy's gonna go around with the basket.
That's right. I'm going to go around with the basket. And when we're done with when she's done picking peppers, we're going to put the basket down on the ground and we're going to undo these buckles here. Hold that one right there so it doesn't open, okay? We're going to undo these buckles and come stand right here. There we go. She's going to hold it out over that. And look at that. The peppers are going to dump straight into the basket. Isn't that cool?
Yep.
So let's buckle this back up and we'll get to picking some peppers. So Eleanor is here where we planted these habaneros and they are looking nice and red. Yeah, don't they look great? Show us how shiny that one is. Oh man, those look really good. We were excited to grow these habaneros this year. What you think? Oh, what? No. Are you gonna eat it? Eleanor, habaneros are really hot though.
I'm gonna eat it.
Look, I may be a terrible parent for this, but if you want to eat it, give it a try. What's it like? Good? What? How, you're still eating that habanero pepper? All right, why don't you tell us why you can munch on that habanero pepper and it tastes so good? Oh, just a minute. It's so good she has to finish enjoying it. Okay, come over here before you take another bite. All right, so tell us about this pepper.
It's a heatless habanero.
A heatless habanero, so it has all the flavor.
It's better than a bell pepper.
Better than a bell pepper? What? And bell peppers are like one of your very favorite things.
The orange ones are a little hot, and I like that.
Okay.
It's not like hot Cheetos.
Right. It's not
Even
fire
though
hot.
Cheetos are really good
Yeah.
and hot.
Uh-huh.
These are less hot. That's why
Yeah.
they're heatless habanero.
Right.
But when
They-
they're ripe, they're all red. And make sure you get the all red ones, because if you get the other colors, it might be a tiny bit hot.
Little hot? Well, so these heatless habaneros, they have all the flavor of a habanero pepper. They taste like the habanero, but it doesn't have any of the heat. So you can actually taste what the pepper tastes like, and they are delicious. I think it quickly became Eleanor's new favorite pepper. What do you think? She is a happy dancing farm girl. All right, sweetheart, why don't you pick some peppers and put them in that pepper pouch? That looks like a good one too. I think we're gonna get a bunch of good ones off of these heatless habaneros.
The seeds are hot.
The seeds are hot, okay. I will remember that. I won't eat the seeds.
No, the seeds are actually really good with it.
They're actually really good? Okay. Well, I guess hot doesn't mean bad, right? Yeah.
It's not hot.
Yeah.
Hey, chew back into that. Ah!
Yeah.
It's not that hot. It's actually better.
Uh-huh. All right. Well, while Eleanor is working on picking these heatless habaneros, I'm going to show y'all real quick what we found whenever we cut down all these weeds. So most of our bell peppers are toast. That one looks okay, but you can see a lot of them have started to rot, or they've been partially eaten. So most of our bell peppers we're not going to get. We will get a few small green bell peppers over here, but what we have the most of are our long slim cayenne peppers, and they look awesome. So I actually like to leave these on until you start to see their stem start to turn a little yellow. Of course, you can harvest them when they're green. Like there's some good green ones over here that we're going to go ahead and pick. And they still have a lot of flavor. They're just not quite as hot in my experience. But I've also been told that the more stress that peppers are under when they're growing, the hotter they get. And so since these were literally left out to dry in this ridiculous heat that we've been having, and since I really didn't water them all that much here lately, I think that these are going to be some of the hottest cayenne peppers I've ever grown. So I am going to pick these so that Eleanor doesn't get any of that hot stuff on her hands, and have her pick the other peppers. She's still down there hard at work. Eleanor, how many have you picked so far?
9, and they're pretty much big.
Oh, wow, yep. Those are the heatless habaneros, and they look really good.
Can I show y'all the biggest one?
Oh my
They
goodness.
don't get too big, but they can get bigger than this.
They can get bigger than that? Well, that looks delicious.
That's the size of my mouth, guys.
Yep.
Longer
All right.
than my toe.
Well, we are losing sunlight here, so we are going to go ahead
We have
and
to
finish
go
picking
really
these.
fast because we want to get in that boat.
Oh yeah. So
We haven't got any footage yet.
yeah, we haven't videoed any of the boat, have we?
Yeah, we videoed the kayak on a live. If y'all haven't seen that, I'd like y'all to go check that out.
Oh yeah, go
Because-
check out the live with the kayak.
Because we're listening to music and I'm paddling the boat around.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, let's crank the speed up and get these peppers off so that you can go get in the boat, okay?
Waste your time on me. Waste your time on
Guys, I think this is a heatless. I'm not sure. But it's going in the pouch. We also have this one. This kitten. I want to eat it right now, but I can't. I can't eat all the harvest. Ah! It's fine.
waste your time on me. Waste your time on me.
Okay, it is time for Eleanor to go get her mama off the lawnmower so that they can get in the little pedal boat together. But she wanted to show you how her apron works when she's done picking. All right, go for it. Let's see if we can get them to go straight in there. You think you can?
Okay, first this side, and then this side.
There you go. Can you get them? Oh, that is awesome. Look at that. That worked perfectly.
Now I'm just going to empty it.
So that was a fair amount of the peppers that we're going to get. As you can see, there's still more out there. I'm going to take care of that while Eleanor and her mama spend some time on the pond. Speaking of mamas.
It's hard to get out of this.
These 5 are in here eating bugs as we scare them off of the plants.
So, I think that one that's next to the mama right now, we saw it catch a cricket.
Yep.
And it ate it.
Yeah. So the girls are enjoying some time in the pond on our new little pedal boat, or new to us anyways. And the sun's starting to go down. I wanted to get some more peppers off of the plants, but I really didn't want to have to bend over and be in the garden while the girls were out on the pond. I wanted to be able to watch them some, and so I pulled most of the plants up and I got a nice stable chair here on the side of the pond. I brought our basket here to fill up with the rest of these peppers while the girls are fishing. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what just what memories and feelings are coming up for me as we pick the peppers this evening. Obviously, my favorite part about picking peppers today has been being with Eleanor and spending some time with her and making memories. But as we do that, I also think of some memories that I have around picking peppers. My meemaw and my pawpaw used to grow bell peppers and habanero peppers. My pawpaw really liked to make his own hot sauce because he couldn't find hot sauce that he felt was hot enough for him but also had good flavor. He really liked those habaneros. So he would make his own hot sauce, and he used to trick people into trying his hot sauce. He'd tell them, oh, it's not that hot. It would be anybody from a 7-year-old neighbor from down the street, of course all of us grandkids, or even up to like a 90-something-year-old lady. He would trick us into trying his hot sauce on a saltine cracker. And man, was it hot. But I remember them growing some bell peppers out in their garden. My meemaw didn't really care for the super spicy stuff, but she did like the flavor of bell peppers. So she would grow bell peppers primarily for herself, and would help my pawpaw take care of his habanero plants as well. And I think they grew some tomato plants, and but I remember picking peppers with them. They just lived in a suburban neighborhood out close to Helena, Alabama. And I remember picking peppers with them And honestly, my family has a little bit of a complicated relationship and history with that part of the family. But whenever I was with my meemaw and my pawpaw, I never felt any of that negativity that had been there in the past. Now, they were very particular about their house and that sort of thing, and so they wanted to make sure that if a grandkid was over, they washed their hands really quickly after eating and stuff like that. But I do remember that they loved me, my meemaw and my pawpaw, and them spending time with me out in their little garden beds in their backyard made a difference and gave me some good memories to look back on with them. They are both passed on now. When my grandmother was in, my meemaw, when she was in her, I want to say her early 60s, she got very sick and kind of quickly went downhill and passed away shortly thereafter. And then my pawpaw, who is my dad's stepdad, he lived a good bit longer, and we would see him at holidays and that sort of thing. But he enjoyed cutting grass and cleaning his appliances. Part of his weekly cleaning routine was to buff with a power buffer his dryer, his clothes dryer that sat in his garage. And so he liked to do things like that with his hands, and liked his spicy peppers. But he passed away. It's probably been about 11 years now or so. And I'll never forget my dad calling me and telling me that my pawpaw was close to the end, and that I was the one he was asking to see. And that touched me, and I made the trip from Tuscaloosa to Shelby County Hospital and visited with him for a little bit. When he was young, he played all sorts of instruments, or brass instruments really, and so trumpet and the trombone, and I actually inherited his valve trombone, and I don't play it very well, but maybe I will at some point. I did play trumpet in middle school and high school, but anyways, so whenever I got to the hospital that evening to be with him, he asked to listen to music, and or really I think I offered to play him some music on my phone, and I'd brought some headphones for him to listen with, because I thought he might want to listen to some jazz, because that was his favorite. And he listened to some music. He was able to tell me a couple of names of artists that he liked to listen to, that he wanted to hear. And so we had this just really beautiful moment right there in his final few hours, where we listened to music together. And you know, no matter what happened in the past with our family, and honestly, even if I had not had a very good relationship with him growing up, those moments spent there during that precious time would have still been so important to me, and would have made a big difference. And so as we pick peppers today, I just can't help but think that I want to encourage y'all to make memories while you have the chance. Not everybody is as lucky to know that they're in their final hours, and to call a loved one and make a couple of memories right there at the end. But not just that, it shouldn't take the fear of loss to get us to make memories and tell our loved ones that we love them. Just know that that's what this life is all about. It's about sharing love with one another and just enjoying one another, growing together. So as this sun goes down and it gets more difficult to see, I hope that you'll take that message with you, and try and think of some different opportunities you might have to make some memories with some loved ones here in the near future, and that you'd take advantage of that, whether it's picking peppers or going fishing out on the pond, or even just sitting around and listening to music, being physically close to each other. I hope you'll take some time to do that in the coming days.